UPCAT or College Entrance Test, Math Reviewer, number 41 and 42. So, post nyo muna, try nyo munang sagutan bago panoodin ang aking solution. Okay, so number 41, what is the sum of 2.45 multiplied by 0.06 and 0.057 divided by 0.3? Okay, so solve lang natin. Buuin natin yung expression natin dito sa problem natin. Okay, so ang sabi dito, what is the sum? Hinahanap natin yung sum. So ilagay na natin yung addition. So kung maghahati dito, what is the sum? 2.45 multiplied by 0.06 and 0.057 divided by 0.3. So ang maghahati dito yung word na end. Ang i-add natin, kasi nga sum, ang i-add natin ay itong term na ito, 2.45 multiplied by 0.06. So dito natin ilagay yon 2.45. So pwedeng i-parenthesis natin, multiplied by 0.06. Multiplied by 0.06. Yan, so yung naghahati dito yung addition, yung end, ang keyword natin dyan para hindi tayo malito. So i-parenthesis natin parehas. 0.057 divided by 0.3. So we have 0.057 divided by 0.3. Okay, so tapos i-evaluate na natin. So pag nagmumultiply na to parang whole number lang. So dito natin ilagay yung solution sa baba. 2.45 times 0.06. So isipin natin whole number lang yan. Multiply lang natin. 6 times 5, 30. 6 times 4, 24. Plus 3, 27. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 2, we have 14. Bilangin ng decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So dapat sa answer natin, may 4 decimal places. So bilang tayo ng 4 pabalik. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dito natin ilalagay yung decimal point. So therefore, ang sagot dito sa product nito ay 0.147. Pwede na nating hindi ilagay yung 0 dito sa huli. And then ito naman i-divide natin. Pag nagdi-divide tayo, yung denominator natin dapat whole number. So move natin ng isa, magiging 3. Ito namang 0.057, i-move din ng isa, mapapapunta dito. So meron na tayong 0.57. So 0.57 na lang siya divided by 3. Okay, so i-divide na natin. Isipin natin, whole number lang yan. Itapat dito yung decimal point. Automatic 0 ito. 5 divided by 3, that is equal to 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract natin, 5 minus 3 is 2. Bring down 7. 27 divided by 3, that is 9. 9 times 3, 27. Okay, wala nang remainder, 0. So therefore, i-add lang natin ito. O para madali, pagtapatin na natin, dito na natin ilagay yung 0.19, itapat yung decimal point. Okay, 0.19. Pwede natin dagdagan ng 0 para wag tayong malito. 3 decimal places lahat. Okay, so 7 plus 0, we have 7. 4 plus 9, we have 13, carry 1. Tatlong 1, so we have 3. Decimal point, and then this is 0. Therefore, the answer is 0.337, and that is letter D. Okay, so next number 42. So, burahin na muna natin. If k equals 2 times 10 to the negative 2, so sorry, ito ay 10 to the negative 2 ito. Then what does the expression 1 over k equal to? Ayusin natin ito. Ito ay k is equal to 2 times 10 to the negative 2. Okay, so scientific notation. Naka-scientific notation. Ang hinahanap lang natin, what does the expression 1 over k equal to? So i-evaluate muna natin itong k, simplify natin. 2 times 10 to the negative 10, 2 times 10 to the, negative 2. So itong negative 2, ibig sabihin mapapababa ito. Using the negative exponent rule, di ba? We have, kapag meron tayong x to the negative n, equal siya sa 1 over x to the positive n. Bababa lang yung negative exponent, bababa. Napapunta sa denominator, tapos positive na siya. So therefore, ang value ng k ay 2. Nandito, yung 2, copying lang natin. Yung 10 to the negative 2, bababa siya, magiging siyang 10 squared. Then evaluate natin, we have 10 squared, ibig sabihin yan 10 times 10. So therefore, we have 2 over 10 times 10 is 100. So yan yung value ng k. So ngayon, ang hinahanap natin, 1 over k. 1 over k, ibig sabihin, irreciprocal lang natin. Yung k, irreciprocal natin, 1 over k. Tapos ito, irreciprocal, ibig sabihin, change lang, ano lang natin, flip lang natin. So magiging 100 divided by 2. Na pag sinimplify natin, 100 divided by 2 is 50. So the correct answer is letter A, 50. Number 43, the ratio of men to women at a concert was 2:3. If there were 350 people in the concert, how many women were there? Okay? So pag sinabi nating ratio of men to women, ibig sabihin yan, nakamultiply itong Men to women, ang ratio niya. Nauna yung men, so yung men para dito sa 2. Tapos yung women ay para dito sa 3. So dahil ratio yan, ibig sabihin nakamultiply yung 2 tsaka yung 3, nakamultiply yung 2 and 3 sa same number. So tapos ang sabi, if there were 350 people, so ibig sabihin ang total ng men at women ay equal daw sa 350 people. So how many women were there? Hinahanap natin yung number of women. So ang alam nating info, ang ratio nila ay 2:3. So merong bawat dalawang men may tatlong women. Tapos ang total nila 350. So para natin magawa ang equation, yung men at women imumultiply natin sa same number na hindi pa natin alam, kaya lalagyan natin ng x. So 2x plus 3x. Kahit anong variable pwede. So ang total number of women ay 3 times x. So equals daw sila, ang sum nila ay equal sa 350. So bago natin ma-solve itong 3x na number of women, kailangan isolve muna natin yung x. So i-combine natin ito, 2x plus 3x, that is equal to 5x is equal to 350. Then masasolve na natin ng x, divide natin both sides by 5. Okay, eksakto na. Ang value ng x ay 35 divided by 5, 7 siya. May 0 pa, so kopyahin na lang natin. Ang x natin, constant of variation or constant of proportionality, ay 70. So to get the number of women, all we have to do is multiply by 3. So women is equal to 3x. So we have 3x is equal to 3 times 70. The number of women is 210. The correct answer is letter B. Kapag kinuha naman natin yung men ay magiging 2x. So 2x ay equal sa 2 times 70, meron tayong 140. So pag inad natin, eksakto yan na 350. So tama tayo yung given natin 350 people. Okay, so next, number 44. A fruit salad mixture consists of apples, banana, and peaches in the ratio 6:5:4, respectively by weight. If 225 grams of mixture is prepared, how many more grams of apples than peaches? So kailangan natin i-solve yung number of apples and peaches. So same lang din yung ginawa natin sa number 43. Ang problema lang dito, naging tatluhan. Pero same lang din yan. So i-add natin apples, banana, and peaches. So we have apple plus banana plus peaches equal daw sa if 225 grams of mixture is prepared, how many more grams of apples than peaches? So ang total daw ay 225. Tapos hinahanap natin how many more grams of apples than peaches. Yung number of apples, isasubtract natin dito sa peaches. So ang alam natin, total nila 225. Tapos ang ratio ay 6:5:4. So ibig sabihin, yung apple na 6, bananas na 5, and peaches na 4, equal dapat sa 225. So dahil yan ay ratio, naka-ratio siya, ibig sabihin, naka-multiply itong sa pare-parehas na number, ilalet ko yung number ulit na x. Okay? So 6x plus 5x plus 4x equals 225. So kailangan nating isolve yung apples and peaches and then isa-subtract natin. Para ma-solve natin yan, kunin muna natin yung value ng x, i-combine natin itong tatlo. That is equal to 6 plus 4, 10 plus 5, we have 15x is equal to 225. Then, divide both sides by 15. Okay? Pag dinivide natin both sides by 15, ang value ng x ay 15 times 15, that is 225. So pag dinivide natin yan, equal siya sa 15. Ang constant of proportionality natin ay 15. So hinahanap natin how many more grams of apples than peaches. Kunin lang yun natin yung apples ay 6x. So therefore, 6x is equal to 6 times 15. That is equal to, pag minultiply natin, dalawang 15 ay 30. So tatlong 30. So that is equal to 90. Okay? So 6 times 15 is 90. Then isolve natin yung peaches 4x. So 4x is equal to 4 times 15. Okay, so kung dalawang 15 ay 30, so dalawa pang 15, another 30, so we have 60. So tapos isubtract natin kasi ang tanong, how many more grams of apples than peaches? Subtract lang natin 90 minus 60. The answer is 30, letter A. Number 45. When buying an item, a man was given a 10% discount on its original price. And then he was charged a 10% tax on its selling price. Based from this transaction, which of the following is true? Okay, so sa pagsasagot ng ganitong type ng problem, so una may discount tapos meron na mga charge na 10% tax. mag-a-assign lang tayo ng price kasi wala namang price dito. When buying an item, a man was given a 10% discount on its original price. Walang given na original price kaya mag-a-assign tayo ng original price. Ang pinakamagandang i-assign natin sa original price ay 100. Kasi pag 100, madaling kuhanin yung percent niya. Okay? So therefore, let the number be 100. Let the number be 100 or the original price. Let the original price be 100. Okay? Tapos, i-discount natin ng 10%. When buying an item, a man was given 10% discount. Pag diniscount natin ang 100, magiging siyang 100 minus 10% ng 100. Okay? Kaya 100 ang ginagamit kasi ang 10% ng 100, edi 10 lang din yon. So therefore, we have 100 minus 10 equals na siya sa 90. Okay? So from 90, magkakaroon naman siya ng charge. And then he was charged 10% tax on its selling price. Okay? So ano yung magiging selling price na natin from 90, magkakaroon ng 10% tax. So magiging siyang 90 plus 10%. 10% na netong 90, hindi na netong 100 kasi ito na yung discounted na price. So 10% ng 90, so therefore we have 90 plus 10% ng 90. Eh di tanggalin lang natin yung 0, magiging siyang 9. So therefore, 90 plus 9 is equal to 99. I-compare natin ngayon sa original. Ang original ay 100, naging 99. So ibig sabihin, ano yung tamang sagot dito? Letter C, the amount paid is 99% of the original price. Original price ay 100, tapos naging na lang siyang 99. Eh di 99% siya ng original price. So next number 46. The reservoir is at full capacity at the beginning of summer. By the first day of fall, the level in the reservoir is 40% below full capacity. Then during the fall, a period of heavy rains raises the level by 40%. After the rains, the reservoir is what percent of its full capacity? Okay, so i-analyze lang natin, isa-isahin natin itong problem natin. The reservoir is at full capacity. Ayan, full capacity. At the beginning of summer. So full capacity, ibig sabihin nun, 100% siya at the beginning of summer. By the first day of fall, the level in the reservoir is 40%. 40% daw below full capacity. So ibig sabihin from 100%, magma-minus tayo ng 40%. Kasi the level in the reservoir is 40% below full capacity. So 100% minus 40% equals na lang siya sa 60% sa first day ng fall. Then during the fall, a period of heavy rains raises the level by 40%. After the rains, the reservoir is what percent of its full capacity? So nag 40% daw yung nadagdag. 40% nito nang given na 60. Nasa 60% na tayo tapos mag-add tayo ng 40%. Okay, so paano mangyayari dyan? 40%, ibig sabihin yan, 40% netong 60. Hindi 40% plus 60%. So during the fall, a period of heavy rains, the level raises the level by 40%. Etong 60% ang ni-raise natin sa 40%. So magiging siyang 60% plus 60%, i-multiply natin sa 40%. Okay? So anong kakalabasan niyan? Magkakaroon tayo ng 60% plus, kunin natin yung 40% ng 60%. Ang 10% ng 60% ay magiging equal sa, tanggalin lang natin yung isang 0, equal sa 6. 6% yung 10% niya. 40% ito, ibig sabihin, 6 times 4, magiging yung 40% ay equal sa 24%. So we have 60% plus 24%. Ang magiging sagot natin, 60 plus 24 is 84%. So the correct answer is letter C, 84% of the full capacity. After the rains, the reservoir is what percent of its full capacity? Yung full capacity 100%, naging na siyang 84%. Number 47, Lovely's grade in 4 of her quizzes are 83, 86, 89, and 90. There is one more quiz for the grading period. and she does not want an average lower than 85. What is the lowest possible grade that she can get on her fifth quiz to maintain that average? Okay, so gamitan lang natin ang formula para sa average. So ang formula ng average, symbol for average is x bar. So we have summation of x over n. X, ito yung mga quizzes natin. 83, 86, 89, 90. And then meron pang panglima. N, ito yung number ng quiz. Okay? So tapos, isubstitute na lang natin. Ang sabi dito, there is one more quiz. Yung one more quiz, gagawin nating x kasi hindi natin alam kung ano yon. So gawin nating x, i-add natin itong 5 numbers, 4 na numbers, tsaka yung x. And kailangan, there is one more quiz for the grading period and she does not want an average lower than 85. So kailangan yung average niya 85 or higher. So itong 85, ipapalit lang natin dito sa average natin. So magiging equation natin, 85, ito na yung average natin, equals, i-add natin itong 4. We have 83 plus 86 plus 89 plus 90. 89 plus 90 and then i-plus natin itong x. Tapos i-divide natin sa 5. So yan ang ating working equation. So para sagutan ito, kailangan tanggalin natin yung denominator na 5, i-multiply lang natin both sides by 5. So multiply both sides by 5 para makancel na ito. Tapos i-multiply natin ito, 5 times 5, that is 25. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 2, we have 42. So 425 equals, pwede na nating i-add itong 4 natin. 4 na numbers. So i-manual lang natin, bawal ang calculator, no? 83, 86, 89, and 90. So pag in-add natin, 3 plus 6, 9 plus 9, so that is equal to 18. And then meron tayong tatlong 8, 24, tapos 1 at 9, that is 10. So therefore, 34. So therefore, we have 348 and then plus the x. Okay, plus x. To solve the value of x, subtract lang natin ang 348, subtract 348 to both sides. So cancel na ito. Therefore, ang value ng x, ito na yung pang fifth quiz niya. So magiging itong 15, ito magiging 2, no? Magiging 1. So borrow 1 ulit, magiging 11. Ito ay 3 na. So 3 minus 3, 0. 11 minus 4, that is equal to 7. 15 minus 8 is equal to 7. So dapat, ang grade niya ay the lowest possible grade that she can get on her fifth quiz to maintain that average, 77. Ito na yung lowest. Pag bumaba sa 77, yung grade niya, hindi na niya ma-achieve yung average na 85. So kailangan 77 or higher yung maging grade niya. Okay? So meron akong isang shortcut dito kapag given yung average. Burahin na muna natin. Another solution para sa average problem, kapag given yung average, i-arrange lang natin 83, 86, 89, 90. Tapos ang average daw dapat 85. Yung 85, ilalagay ko lang dito yung 85. Nasa pagitan ng 83 and 86 yung 85. So ngayon, magdadagdag bawas lang ako dito. Aalamin ko lang yung mga kulang, yung sobra dito, yung sobra sa 85, i-add natin lahat dito. Yung 86, ilan ang sobra niya sa 85? Sobra ito ng 1. So plus 1. Yung 89, ilan ang sobra sa 85? Sobra siya ng 4. Yung 90, ilan ang sobra sa 85? Sobra siya ng 5. Tapos yung 83, ilan ang kulang sa 85? Kulang ito ng 2. So kailangan, yung isang number natin, magbabalance dapat ito. Dito ko ilalagay yung isang number, yung x. So kailangan yung sobra dito, pag inad natin ito, mag-i-equal dapat dito sa kabila. Pag inad natin to, 1 plus 4 plus 5, that is equal to plus 10. Kung plus 10 yan, kailangan itong nandito sa left side, minus 10 dapat ito. So ibig sabihin, kung meron na tayo ditong minus 2, kailangan itong x natin dito ay magiging minus 8. Para pag inad, minus 8 at minus 2 equal siya sa minus 10. Minus 10, itong isa ay plus 10. So ngayon, ano yung number na kulang ng 8 dito sa 85? So subtract lang natin 85 minus 8, that is equal to 77. Yung 77, kulang ng 8 para maging 85. So therefore, ang correct answer natin ay 77. Same answer, letter B. Okay? So ang tawag dyan yung Sa technique na ito, dagdag bawas o pwede, or balancing, ayan, ibabalance lang natin. Basta given yung average, tapos hinahanap natin kung ano yung kulang na number, so pwede natin gamitin ito, ibabalance lang natin. Okay? So plus 10 yung nasa sobra sa 85, minus 10 naman yung kulang dito sa 85, yung nasa left side ng 85, para mabalance natin. Okay, so next number, number 48. So may shortcut din tayo dito. The sum of 5 consecutive integers is 35. How many of the 5 consecutive integers are prime numbers? So unahin natin yung long method. Ang sabi, kapag meron tayong consecutive integers, so given yung sum, no? The sum of 5 consecutive integers is 35. Para ma-solve natin yung 5 consecutive integers, i-assign natin yung x. Ito yung first integer. So yung second, dahil consecutive yan, magkakasunod, yung kasunod niya, x plus 1. Tapos yung third ay magiging x plus 2. Yung fourth ay magiging x plus 3. Tapos yung fifth number natin ay magiging x plus 4. Tapos ang sum daw nila ay 35. So makukuha na natin yung mga numbers natin. I-add lang natin ito. Pag in-add natin lahat ito, magiging ang sagot dito 5x, no? So 5x plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, that is equal to plus 10, equals natin, equate natin dito sa 35. Then solve for x. So subtract 10 to both sides. 5x is equal to 35 minus 10, we have 25. And then solve for x, divide both sides by 5. So therefore, ang value ng x, ito yung first number, 25 divided by 5 is 5. So the first number is 5, the second is 6, third ay 7, and then 8, and then 9. Ang tanong, how many of the 5 consecutive integers are prime? Prime numbers, ibig sabihin ang factor ay 1 and itself lang. So ang mga prime number dito ay 5, tsaka 7. Yung 6 even, so hindi siya prime number. 8 even, hindi siya prime number. Ang 9 naman ay divisible sa 3. So hindi rin ito prime number. Ang prime number lang ay 5 and 7. So therefore, ang number ay letter C, 2. Meron tayong dalawang prime numbers. Okay, so another solution, shortcut. Paano yung shortcut? Basta given yung sum, tapos meron tayong, ang sum ay 35, tapos 5 consecutive integers, i-divide lang natin yung sum na 35 kung ilan yung consecutive integers, 5. So 35 divided by 5 is equal to 7, automatic, yan yung gitna. So kung panggitna ang 7, ang numbers natin ay 6, 8, ayan, ito yung mga numbers natin, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So ngayon, ilan dyan yung prime numbers? 7 and 5 yung mga prime numbers. So same answer, letter C, 2. So number 49, 6 consecutive integers are given. The sum of the first 3 is 27. What is the sum of the last 3? So dalawang solution ang ipapakita ko sa inyo dito. May shortcut kasi dito basta given yung sum. Okay, so ito yung solution gamit ang algebra. Meron daw tayong 6 consecutive integers. The sum of the first 3. Ayan. The sum of the first 3 is 27. So therefore, yung first 3 natin, maglagay tayo ng expression. Ang first integer natin ay x, ito yung first. Ang second natin ay x plus 1 kasi nga consecutive sila. Ito yung second. Ang third natin ay magiging x plus 2. So tapos, ang sum daw netong first 3, the sum of the first 3 is 27. Pag in-add daw natin ito, equal sa 27. Okay, so i-add natin x plus 1 plus x plus 2. So that is equal to 3x plus 1 plus 2 is 3. Then solve natin yung x, subtract 3 to both sides. So cancel na to, 0 na yan. 3x is equal to 27 minus 3 is 24. Then divide both sides by 3. So therefore, ang value ng x natin, 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. So ang first integer natin ay 8, ang second ay 9, ang third ay 10. Meron tayong 6 consecutive integers. Ito daw yung first 3, so yung susunod natin ay magiging 11, 12, 13. Ang tanong, what is the sum of the last 3? Sum daw nitong last 3, 11, 12, 13, pag in-add natin, that is equal to 36, letter D. Okay, so shortcut naman tayo. Paano naman yung shortcut? Ang shortcut, basta given yung sum, the sum of the first 3 consecutive integers. So, i-divide lang natin yung sum, 27, i-divide lang natin kung ilan. First 3, edi divided by 3, 27 divided by 3 is equal to 9. 9, ito yung panggitna. Panggitna ng first 3. So, therefore, yung first 3 natin ay 8, 9, and 10. So tapos, what is the sum of the last three? Dahil 6 consecutive integers nga yan, kung 8, 9, 10 yung first, meron pang susunod na 11, 12, 13. So ano ang sum nito? I-add lang natin 11 plus 12 plus 13. Same answer, makukuha natin. Letter D, 36. So number 50, if R, S, T, if R, S, and T are three consecutive integers such that R is greater than S, greater than T, then R minus S times S minus T times R minus T equals, so pwede lang tayo mag-assign ng kahit anong number na magkakasunod. Kahit anong number yan, same, pare-parehas yung kakalabasan yan. So i-assign natin yung R greater than S daw, greater than T. So example nito, yung R gawin kong 10. Tapos yung S ay gagawin kong 9. Tapos yung T gagawin kong 8. Ayan, consecutive integers, di ba? 3 consecutive integers. Then i-evaluate lang natin ito. R minus S, ang R natin ay 10. 10 minus S, ang S natin ay 9. Okay? Then S natin ay again 9 minus T. Ang T natin ay 8. And then times R minus T. R minus T, so we have 10 minus 8. Then evaluate lang natin, we have 10 minus 9, that is 1. 9 minus 8, another 1. And then 10 minus 8, we have 2. So pag minultiply natin, 1 times 1 times 2 is equal to 2. So the correct answer is letter D, 2. So kahit maiba ito, halimbawa, iba ang inassign yung number, same answer pa rin yan. Halimbawa, 5, 4, 3. Kasi mapapalitan lang ito. Itong 10, gawin nating 5. Lahat ng 10, gawing 5. Tapos itong yung 8, yung 9 kanina gagawin kong 4. So ito ay magiging 4, yung 9 magiging 4, tapos yung 8 naman magiging 3. So same pa rin ang kakalabasan. Kahit anong number ang gamitin natin. 5 minus 4, 1. 4 minus 3, 1 pa rin. 5 minus 3 is 2. Pag minultiply, same answer na 2. So applicable yan kahit anong consecutive integers ang i-assign natin, ang product nila ay magiging 2 pa rin. Para po sa naghahanap ng murang UPCAT review or any college entrance test review, ito po yung offer ko sa inyo, 99 only. So meron tayong 10 days math and logic tutorial via Zoom, online po ito. Google Forms reviewer sa ibang subjects, and then meron tayong mga mock test, may only replay tayo ng past session dito sa exclusive GC natin and FB group. So ang schedule po natin, para ito sa August 2026 na UPCAT, ang schedule natin June 8 hanggang June 29. Kapag nalampasan ka naman nitong June 8 to June 29, pwede mo pa ring ma-access ang mga video natin. Recorded ito dito sa ating exclusive na FB group. Tapos meron din tayo, yung mga Google Forms, ito po yung example. Ayan. Marami na tayong mga Google Forms, madadagdagan pa po ito. Meron tayong language proficiency, vocabulary, numerical reasoning, ito yung mga math. Ayan, meron pa tayong another set dito ng vocabulary, reading comprehension, identifying error, grammar. Ayan. So meron pa rin tayong mga sa Filipino and science, hindi ko pa lang nailagay dito. And then meron pa tayong mga PDF files. So, ano pang inaantay nyo? Mag-message lang po kayo sa akin dito sa aking Messenger, RJ Enseñado, para makapag-avail po kayo.